Uganda Christian University adopted online learning in August last year after getting approval from the National Council for Higher Education to do emergency open distance and e-learning. This was a response to the COVID-19 pandemic, which had shut down educational institutions, both schools and universities. Now at UCU, we realized that going online was no longer an option. It was going to be both an emergency response to learning, to keep students engaged in learning, but also as a strategic vision for the university.
2018-2019, we had a theme that was looking at introducing e-learning into UCU's mode of teaching. And that became a focus. So in 2018-2019, we had an investment into our e-learning infrastructure. Now at that time, we're developing it as an option and say you can carry on the traditional way of teaching, but also where you're not able, you can take on the e-learning option.
When we first opened the online semester on 15th October 2020, we opened 2 semesters at once. So there were students that were supposed to have been here for what we call the Trinity semester, May to September. Those students had their semester then, but also had students that should have been here for what we call the Advent semester, from August to December. Those ones also came in. And I must say that looking at our statistics, we were able to deliver education to over 96% of our students.
We have real-time learning, where the students have to interact with the lecturer, like the traditional face-to-face classroom. We have the other learning where you have to pre-record the lecture, leave to the learners, but this needs a server space. So all these are to be looked into. But now this is where I thank management of UCU, because since these are fundamental shifts, you're telling management we need a server to upgrade the server from what we've been having to a new environment. So management that is supportive, that is what they have to do. They have supported in deploying the alternative servers. They have put in the new technologies that we need, that the lecturers need, and this is where we are as of now.
Online as a university is influenced by 2 objectives. First, to keep students learning during the pandemic, and therefore ensure that our students do not stop or stall in the academic journey. But secondly, to build our online learning capabilities to a level where we become the university that leads in open distance and e-learning in the country and region.
When we first opened the online semester on 15th October 2020, we opened 2 semesters at once. So there were students that were supposed to have been here for what we call the Trinity semester, May to September. Those students had their semester then, but also had students that should have been here for what we call the Advent semester, from August to December. Those ones also came in. And I must say that looking at our statistics, we were able to deliver education to over 96% of our students.
When you look back, most of our friends that we started with are still behind. Recently, I talked to one of my friends and he surprised me telling me he's in his 2nd year. I got so surprised because I'm in my last semester, 3rd year, and he's still in 2nd year. It was really, so I think this period has really affected very many students.
At Uganda Christian University, we are still running within the same academic years that we had since we came in the university, whereby those to graduate this time will graduate, and those to graduate the next year will graduate according to the years they came in.
I finished my senior 6 in 2019 with some friends of mine, but I started my first semester online. So it was kind of a bit challenging, but they really assisted us, which helped us to cope up with the new no more of online classes.
The online teaching was actually giving the students a more practical experience in their learning. It was more learner-centered, more student-centered than teacher-centered, because now the student is self-driven, the student is self-motivated. We post work on the learning management system and they actually get to do it. You know, we give them assignments and they get to do it. A student wakes up from deep in the village where she is and she's able to get data, she's able to organize herself and study.
I'm very proud to be a student of Uganda Christian University because this is an opportunity that other students are not getting. If at all I was in another university, I don't know whether I would be finishing my last semester this year because everything that is happening in the world is overwhelming to most people, and most of them have decided to put academics aside and see how they can go through this situation. But being the fact that my university has not forsaken us, I should quote it, and it has helped us go ahead with our academics, meaning that there is life besides what is happening, and at the end of it all we are able to push through and achieve what we had come for.
I feel privileged because I'm attending my lessons. I don't have to sit at home doing nothing.
Now there are new platforms like Zoom, so it also helps you come to light with new developments in terms of communication. LinkedIn, just to mention but a few, that deal with linking you to people of a particular class in terms of the profession you intend to pursue. So there has been great exposure and ability to learn new modes and platforms of communication.
That is what online has given our students, and as lecturers we have grown into allowing the students to apply the skill more than us feeding them with all the knowledge.
Enable them dig deeper into a particular subject, that now they finish an exam with a greater understanding of a particular topic. So there are pluses and minuses. So it's not about testing your memory, that you come into a sitting exam and replicate it, but it's about now you being able to apply concepts, to apply principles into a real life environment.
I didn't actually have computer classes in my high school, both O and A level. But I learned, it's like on-job learning. I had to learn, I learned slowly. But right now I can say I'm a procurement student, but I only don't know coding, I think.
I'm more competitive on the market because moving forward, post-COVID, you have to be one that is compliant with technology and probably comfortably using this kind of methodology in teaching is the way to go.
And we believe that as Uganda Christian University, we are trying to prepare a student who is going to be competitive in the real world, because the work environment is also now changing.
We are ready to welcome new students, our students from senior 6 to do programs such as law. The medical students that should be coming in will be able to start the business, the science students, and we're also thinking about helping those parents and students that are struggling with the university students that have not learned for the last 1.5 years.
We'll continue to upgrade our infrastructure to support online learning. So expect to see more improvements in our e-learning system. But above all, stay the course. We are also looking into ways in which we can work with the different service providers to give you zero-rated access to our platforms, as well as enabling you access cheaper computers for those that will be coming in future. So we are looking at all these options. But thank you for being resilient, being students that persevere in the academic pursuits, and demonstrating that even when the world around us is closed, UCU is not closed.